Sorry for a couple of minutes of delay. I was actually joking on LinkedIn today that YouTube is planning to possibly do a bid for the Oscars. I'm not sure if you've heard that or not. And I guess these 5 minutes of interruption is just a small sampling of what it could look like potentially. Uh, anyway, I think we are back on track. I'm going to turn myself off and we're just going to jump right in and go from there. So I want to welcome everybody today to our fall preview. Once again, Sonic Promos, we do this every quarter. This is the Sonic Promos hat trick. We talk a little bit about what's trending. We talk about how to put that into practice, and then we share with you some tips and tricks on what you can do to make the most out of what we've got. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what's trending, and what's trending for us right now are these three categories: drinkware, polos and golf shirts, and bags. And why is that? Well, drinkware continues to be the number one requested category. Retail brands, Reign Supreme, Stanley, and Owala and Yeti. The popularity of the Stanley tumbler has started to wane a little bit. It continues to be a highly requested item, but you will see, especially with a brand like Owala, which was really popular and then sold out and then needed some time to replenish, you're going to see a lot of Owala in the fall there. So, if you've got a program coming up, drinkware really works well because you've got lots of different quantity points, lots of different price points. It's always a tried and true, especially if you're looking for something high end. We're seeing lots and lots of requests for the name brands of a lot of these items. People are deciding that they want to spend a little bit more for something that they know is going to hold up. Okay, our next item, our next type of category that's been our second most popular has been polo shirts. And so why is that? Well, first and foremost, more and more companies are getting, back to work. People are either coming into the office or they're going out and meeting with clients. In addition, we work with a lot of companies that do uniforming programs. So polo shirts are always a popular item for a lot of our companies. They'll actually give employee a certain amount of polo shirts to start off. We do all sorts of brands and options. Right now, our three most popular styles are the Port Authority Silk Touch, the Nike Micro PK, and the Travis Matthew Oceanside. And you've actually got interestingly, a wide range there. And the Port Authority is a fantastic shirt for less than like $25 with a logo on it. The Nike shirt, Nike has a really great brand name. It's well regarded, and the PK continues to be a popular style for everybody. If you're not if you're not familiar with Travis Matthew, it's possible that you're not a golfer. That's really where a lot of people are finding the Travis Matthew brand, and now more and more of those styles are starting to be able to be, used and available for people like myself who do not golf all the time. So polo shirts, men's and women's styles, lots of color options, lots of style options, lots of price points, and that's why we're seeing a lot of popularity. We mentioned uniform programs and back to office. This really, has aided or heightened the need for an increase in business attire. Great thing about a polo shirt is, it's not super, clunky. It's not you don't feel like you're working on, wearing a suit, and you can still represent the brand, in a really nice way. Okay, now you may have noticed, let me turn my window back on here. So you may have noticed we talked about three types of items. We talked about drinkware, we talked about polo shirts, and then we also mentioned that bags are our number three category. I have no bags. I'm not going to show you pictures of bags. Why are bags? Well, because bags are one of the most tried and true products that we've got. Right now, I do have three samples. Here's a $2 bag. Look at that with the Sonic Promos logo on it. Beautiful bag, really, really nice color, perfect for, a school type event or whatever. But you might be interested to know that I'm also right now working on a project for a Tumi bag for a client. So whether it's a $2 bag or a Tumi bag, those are definitely things that we are capable of working on. And what if your company is looking for a bag, with custom handles on it? Those are things that we can also help to support. So, if you want a bag, I am your bag man. We will definitely help you to find the right bag. But I don't think a particular picture is going to say, oh, I must get these bags right now. So that's why bags are bags. All right, moving on. Intermission, and here we go. All right, I feel like we're back up on our time. I think I did a really good job. I do feel a little bit like a marathon runner, and maybe I went out a little bit too hard, but I am going to get myself back together here. So let's move on. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the items that the people at Sonic are showing to their clients. What are some of our brand manager favorites? And you'll notice here that it's not the normal things that you might be looking at. So first off, we've got the Pac-Man arcade game, which is one of my favorites. We everybody likes retro, and the Pac-Man arcade game is about as retro as you can get. You've got the ability to do full color branding on it. We have all sorts of little mini arcade games that we can offer to clients. If you're doing a travel event and you want to give people something that they can use in their room, that's something that you can do. If you're having a party and you're doing, a video game theme, that's a great item for it. We've also got items that charge your phone and keep your drinks cold, or we've got items that charge your phone and keep your drinks warm. Really popular. Why is it popular? Because it stays on the desk. It's something that's functional, and it's something that's going to appeal to somebody in a lot of different ways. We've also got lots of bags that can fold up and be used for travel. So I really like these kinds of items when you're doing events that are off site. You can actually give somebody a bag to take home with them. Oftentimes they might get more things to go away with. And so if you can give them the bag that they can put some of their extras into. We're really big on charging items. So, items that you can either put multiple plugs in, or items that have high capacity charging capabilities. And I'm even going to jump in again with my face here and show you that this is one of my most favorite things that I've got here. I have a wall plug. So I've got a high energy wall plug, two charges here, one for USB, one for C to C. It goes into this awesome, I love this, it's a retractable cord. And not only is it a retractable cord, but you have got high speed cables on here. So you've got a 100 watt, a 10 watt, and you also have an Apple for your phone. Why do I love this? Like, I tell everybody about this item because I can charge my phone in about an hour from 0 to 100. And that's fast. If anybody's ever put their phone into a wall plug, you know how long it can take. I also love these plugs because they have the capacity to charge a laptop, and not every charger and not every plug does. And so if you've got clients that are traveling and you want to give them an awesome charger that, their laptop dies in the middle of the plane and you can give them 3 or 4 more hours, those are the kinds of items that we like to give out to our clients and show them. And then we also love the writing pads, the light up writing pads, the desk pads. They're really fun and functional. You can put them right on your desk. You can put a logo on there, and some of them light up, and it's really cool. So the real talking point here is that we are choosing to showcase to our clients function over flash. We want to showcase practical items that recipients are actually going to use. So if you're like, we always give out the same thing, we always give out the same thing, then consider one of these things, which is not one of the same things. All right, so a little bit more about what we're seeing moving into fall here. And you may have noticed my gray cap and my burgundy shirt. We are seeing a trend moving towards muted colors and luxe vibes. Okay, so all the items that you see, a lot of the colors that you're used to, but much more lightened, not your brightness. Something that you can put a one color logo on and be okay with. Items that look like they are somewhat from retail. Okay, we're seeing tons. You see the little food gifts here. The amount of food items that we are seeing, and I think it sort of goes to that, surprise and delight. Everybody's looking for ways to delight here, so we are consistently suggesting to clients to add a food item into whatever they're giving. Like if you're doing a little conference coming up and you are giving everybody a notebook and a pen, why not consider just giving them a small little bag of, gummy bears, or, some sort of mints or whatever. Maybe put a QR code on the sticker that goes on it. You can open it up and maybe you have a game to kick off your event or whatever. But then you've got something where you really are doing engagement. You're giving an interaction, and it sort of goes along with ways that you can go into the fall here, especially with conferences and events coming up. We also talk a lot about subtle branding, and that is certainly something that we're seeing here. And subtle branding can be a couple of different things. It can either be you're doing tone on tone, or you're doing a deboss, like you see on the jacket there, where the logo is pressed into the back, or you're doing more of like a metallic foil on the little satchel that you see there. I mentioned the bag. I showed the bag with the custom handles, right? So instead of this huge logo on the front here, if you're like, well, maybe people don't want to walk around with a bag that has a huge logo on it, you could step and repeat the program, or the just the logo on the straps there. And then we also show this, so often everybody wants drinkware and we love selling drinkware, but a lot of times we don't have enough time to showcase some of the unique decoration. We talked about decoration last month here, but the unique decoration that's available just in drinkware alone. And one of our favorites is the ability to print on the bottom of the item. You can print on the bottom of coffee mugs like you see here. The other thing you can do is you can print in such a way on glass where somebody's drinking their glass, and then when you've finished drinking, you can see the logo at the bottom of the bottle. If you've got lids, you can print on lids. So there's lots of ways that you can still get that logo on there without it needing to be, completely all over in your face. And then you've actually got something that's somewhat different than just everybody having the same mug with the same logo, and you've got six of them, or the same jacket, you've got the same logo on them. So changing up the logo, changing the location, put it on the sleeve, put it on the back of the neck, put it on put it near the cuff. So there's a lot of options there. Talk to us and we can at least show you what it looks like before you, um, you know, go ahead and order it. So business travel is back. We are seeing lots of requests for everything from luggage to amenity bags to travel accessories where you can see what the weather is, and charge your phone, right? It's a dessert topping and a floor wax. If you know what that is, then you are as old as me, probably. One of our favorite items is the one at the top there in the left, which is this new travel item that can attach to the handle of your bag. And it's got a couple of different pockets. It's got room for your phone. It's got a place for you to put your drink. And you can even take it off and put it around your waist or over your shoulder. So really cool item. All right, intermission. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them. I realize we're a little bit up against our time here, but we're feeling good, so we're going to keep going. Real quickly, I want to talk a little bit about why fall is sort of the time that we talk about is the dare to dream. Uh, Usually when it comes to wanting a custom item or something really neat, especially for the holidays, people will start coming at us closer to the end of September of October. When that happens, you have less options, or you have to make a decision about whether or not you're okay to have something come maybe after the holidays. The the Lunar New Year occurs right around February, and so oftentimes factories shut down. And so what ends up happening is between now and really like January, anything that you're looking to do really super custom, orders start to go in here because some items can take 3 to 4 months. And if you wait too long and then the Lunar New Year comes, then you might wait until March before that item gets done. So if you're looking to do something really cool and custom, now is the time to at least start talking about it. Plenty of options that can be done in 25 days, but more options that can be done in 60 to 90 days. And depending on what it is that you're looking to come up with, we can at least give you some direction of how much time you need. And so if we need to start now, we can start now. Or if you need to pitch it to people and start in October, we can talk about it then. But more and more customization is done during this time than any time during the year. So know that when you're planning programs moving forward. Looking ahead, manufacturers have started stocking holiday items to avoid price swings and inventory woes. I'm just reading straight off of the slide here because it's as straight as we can get here. There's good stock in items right now. The longer you wait, the less stock there'll be. And once that stock is gone, it will be challenging for you to get that item. So if you're thinking name brands, then you need to jump on it before 17 other companies are looking for the same 1,000 mugs, and it happens all the time. And then we got to come up with something else. So take advantage of where our supplier partners have done their best to stock their shelves with as much merchandise as possible, based on what's been done in the last year or so. We work on lots of award programs. And unfortunately, a lot of times people wait until they know exactly who their awardees are going to be before they place their orders. And that is too long and too late. So if you've got a large award program, even if it's like 24, 25 people, if it's multiple things that people are winning and you're not sure who those people are, then at least start the process of knowing what the main part of the award's going to look like, what the award is going to be. If the last thing is the name, we can have everything ready to go. So then you can go and brand that award. But if you wait until the last minute, you're going to be stuck trying to find stock that may not exist, and you're going to run into rush charges that when you're shipping glass and awards are incredibly expensive. And a lot of times we recommend to people just order a faux award, order one of the award, present it to whoever, nobody, and use that for your photos. Because if the goal is you want to get the awards, take the photos, nobody knows if the awards are actually there or not. If you have a uh, presented photo or well presented award that looks like what everybody's getting. So those are my tips for you. Real quickly, I want to remind everybody about Sonic promos. We talk a lot about stuff, but we wanted to remind you why enterprise level companies work with Sonic promos. Every person who works with Sonic gets a dedicated account manager. Okay, you're not being bounced around. You know who you're looking for. And if they're not available, they've got somebody ready to work with you. We're real people. We're not bots. Maybe I am sometimes, right? Depends on if I'm going deep into the trivia vault. But we are real people. We're creative. We know how things work, and we are able to help you to navigate whatever the programs are that you're working on. We've got an in-house art team. They do all sorts of things. They don't just put the logos on the items. They design our web stores. They design our digital games. They create logos. They create banners. They create collateral for your teams. They write some of the content that you see. Every order that we work on, you're given 30 minutes of free art time so that we can make sure that we get you where you need to be so that your order is going to print correctly from the start. We provide digital mock-ups for every order. Make sure that it looks like you expect it to do. We can even do random or pre-production samples when needed. If you're doing a huge project, we do not want you to just print it without running a sample. Make sure that it's worked and it works for you. We work with a select group of vetted manufacturers. We do not work with every single vendor that's out there. So things that you might find online, they're not always, we might know where to get them, but there's a reason that we're not working with them. It's because we work with factories that we know are well vetted, both for their product, both for their work processes, for their internal programs, their culture, and the things that they can provide us that we can provide to you. And that's where we come into free samples and production and those things to help you get to where you need. And I could talk about Sonic forever, but I'm not. I want to end with a preview of the Sonic Promos pet calendar. On my right on the floor, she does not want to be seen, but she's over here, is Miss Alexandra Ovechkin, Lexi. And she has been in the calendar, I think, for all of these years. And I think we're now up to year number 8. Mallory can correct me, but we love our pet calendar. It started with maybe 100. I think last year we gave out close to 1,000 calendars, maybe. So we are encouraging everybody to scan the QR code here and submit your best friend, and it can be any pet. We're always looking for horses and turtles, so bring them on. And I'm going to give you the promo code today. The promo code is HATTRICK. If you put that in at the time that you go to submit your pet, I will make sure that your best friend gets a gift from me. And if you don't have a best friend, then I'll make sure that your best friend's best friend, because you've got to at least be 2 degrees of separation from an animal. So this is a great project. We love doing it every year. Mallory's putting up the submission link right now. If you don't want to scan your phone, you can just click the logo or click the link right there, save it, and then when you're ready, submit it. But we will be opening up submissions soon, and we'll be getting the calendars out in time for the holidays. So this is your sneak peek, first dibs on the pet calendar. All right, a few minutes over. We will get a little bit better, or we'll just keep going however we are. Do you have any questions? A reminder to follow us on social media. Really check out our social media. You'll find all sorts of great stuff. Our weekly what's new, what's trending, what we like, news, what's going on in our industry. We're happy to share things about your company as well. So check us out there on LinkedIn and Facebook, Instagram, and all other channels on your local network stations. I do not see any questions, which means that we did an excellent job here of sharing all of the good stuff for you. So I want to thank everybody for once again for joining us. We will look forward to catching up with you again in September. Hope you all have a good rest of your summer. Take care. Bye-bye.